Hello, my name's Julie. Thanks for joining me today, and if you're new, welcome to my channel, Plans in the Making. In this video, I'll be flipping through several happy planners to give you some inspiration for those summer spreads. I'll also be sharing 20 tips for anyone who enjoys decorative planning. So let's get started. I'm going to show you 20 summer spreads in 3 different happy planner layouts: the teacher layout, classic vertical layout, and my very first classic size planner, the checklist layout. This was the famous Miss Makeup planner, for those of you who have heard about it. It was the original checklist layout design. And we had this bright yellow, blue and pink stripe on every single page, which made it pretty hard to decorate. Nowadays, the checklist layout is a lot more neutral. But in this Miss Maker layout, the top box was not as tall as the other two, so you couldn't fit decorative box stickers in there. So something I often did was use decorative stickers and decorate the whole area. Then I used this for my to-dos and the bottom section for what was going on in the week. You can see I've come a long way in my planning since my early days, but it's always fun to look back. So one of my tips, if you want to decorate the checklist layout and you're not that busy, is to decorate an entire row with stickers. I did the same on this spread with the cute Squad Girl stickers. But one of the things I didn't get on with the checklist layout was the fact that the checklists were in the middle for the whole week. And if I wanted to decorate the spread and make it look balanced, that made it quite tricky. So my tip to solve that problem would be to do what I've done in this spread and cover up the checklists. In this case, I covered up all of them and used checklist strip stickers instead for my to-dos. So if you have bought a checklist layout planner, maybe because you really like the design, but you're finding the checklists don't work for you, don't be afraid to cover them up. The decorative box stickers cover them perfectly. Onto my final checklist layout spread, and here you can see I've sectioned off this area again to make a huge scene using some cloud washi and grass washi and a couple of Happy Planner flamingo stickers, and I only covered up a couple of the checklists in this one. My tip for this spread would be not to neglect the dates at the top of the page and use some small decorative stickers in between the numbers. It really just makes the spread fill the whole page. Now let's take a look at some teacher layout spreads. I never got around to doing a flip through of the second half of the year in this teacher planner, so I'm very sorry to all of you who are waiting for that. But there will be a flip through of my current teacher planner coming very soon. Here you can see I've put those Squad Girl stickers to use again. And if you're not familiar with how I use the teacher layout, I change it up and have the dates at the top and categories at the side. I think that's a really good way to use this layout. I wish Happy Planner would come out with that as a layout, which would save me redating it every week. But this is the one planner I have plan at peace with because it's 100% functional for me, but I also have fun decorating it as well. My tip for this page would be, don't forget that you can pretty up box stickers by adding either a little bit of washi, or in this case I added some scallop strips from a Happy Planner sticker book. It just makes the boxes look a little less plain. Now these will be spreads you haven't seen because I only went as far as June in my flip through. This one is using some Live Love Posh stickers. I'm not sure which sticker book it is. Definitely one of the more recent ones. And one of the things that helps me add some decoration to this planner is knowing that I don't generally post YouTube videos at the beginning of the week, although actually now I do more often, but I didn't last year. So I would often section this area off as a little decorative quote area, and it looks super pretty. You'll find in Live Love Posh sticker books they have larger stickers and smaller size stickers with the same designs. So it really works well for both large planners and smaller planners. Mermaids are always a good theme for a summer spread. And these are printables from Let's Plan with Sarah. Really love the colours on this one. And my tip for this spread would be that you can pretty up the days of the week and the categories. I use some washi flake stickers from Narrative Hues, but you do get these little colour swatches in lots of Etsy sticker shops and some sticker books. Or you can use your mild liners to create the same effect. But really, if I hadn't done this with the days and the categories, I just left them black, it wouldn't look as good as it does. Here is an example of some printables from Caitlin Plans with a fun travel theme. My tip from this spread would be to use your washi tape, particularly your older washi tape, because this is actually a washi tape I bought many years ago, I think from American Crafts, but you will notice that it has gone yellow and discoloured over time. So if you don't use your washi, it doesn't stay perfect forever. I think even though I'm a scrapbooker and know all about acid free and making things archival safe, I never really thought about the lifespan of a washi tape. And I'm going to be so disappointed when I go back and try and use some of my older washies and find this has happened, or they just aren't as sticky anymore. So use your washi tape. On to my last summer teacher spread, which is also printables from Let's Plan with Sarah. You can see I decorated most of this area because I knew I wouldn't be posting any videos. And I've taken this decor right to the bottom of the page to maximise the use of the space. One of the things I do with this teacher planner is to put stickers where the boxes intersect so that I still have room to write in all the boxes. You can see I've done it with this girl and this quote. I very rarely cover a whole box unless I know for sure I don't need it. That's why this is such a functional planner for me. If you are interested in seeing me do a plan with me using this teacher layout, then I will be doing one. So do make sure you're subscribed to my channel and have that notification bell clicked so that you get notified when my videos go up. Also for that flip through of this year's teacher planner, which has some really lovely spreads in it. The rest of the spreads will be from the classic vertical layout from 2021, 2022 and 2023. This one was a fun, colourful spread using the Happy Planner summer sticker book and some letters that I had in my scrapbooking stash. I talk often on my channel how I love to use words across the page. You may have seen my recent video where I tried washi words for the first time with some really lovely results, except for the fact that I cut my finger, not once, but twice. I used to do lots of to-do lists in my planner, so you can see I've got some in the sidebar and then in these boxes here, and a little bit of journaling too. But I don't lead a very busy life, so I have the freedom in my planner to use more space for decorating, and I really love sectioning off an area and using it for decor, as you saw from my early planners. So my tip for this spread would be use words across the page in your planners, particularly good for the seasons. For this spread, I got very creative with paper. I think I used the same sticker book, the summer sticker book, but I made this sun and cloud to show the weather in England. I really love this spread. And a tip for you is when you are doing checklists in your planner, you don't have to use squares. I made these little raindrops that I coloured in when I'd done the tasks, and also these little suns. Just gives you a different look. Another mermaid spread. There had to be one Disney spread in here somewhere because I do love doing Disney spreads. This was the year I started experimenting more with layering stickers, as you can see. I wasn't comfortable with it at first, I will admit, but now I do it all the time. So if you haven't tried layering your stickers, either box stickers on box stickers or decorative stickers over box stickers, then give that a go. This was the Stronger Together sticker book from Happy Planner, which also had some of these girls in floaties, a little bit like the squad girls in floaties. And I did something you've probably seen Happy to Plan with Desiree do on her channel, which is use the backing paper from those squad girls sticker books to overlap and make a little pool. Really love that effect. So if you do have stickers that are on a coloured background, which generally are not my favourite, they can be used to make little backgrounds for scenes in your spread. This one I think was a sheet that had pineapples on it, something like that, and I cut it out to make a sandy area. Really love that effect, so that's something you might want to give a try. The last one in this planner was where I used scrapbook paper as a background to make a scene, which is something I really recommend you try. Had these gorgeous palm trees from Live Love Posh Whimsical Summer, and I'm sure they would have looked gorgeous just being put on the white paper, but I had this beach scrapbook paper, so I tore this to show the sand and the sea, and I love the scene it created. Not a very functional spread, although I did manage to fit quite a bit of function in at the top. So not something you could do if you need to write a lot in your planner, but definitely something you could try if you're not busy or if you keep a creative journal. Now on to 2022. I absolutely love this fun summer spread, and I mainly used a sheet of scrapbook paper which had these cute birds on it, combined with a few stickers from the Pastel Tropics sticker book. And I love it when inspiration strikes, but these flag stickers are the sort of stickers I don't really use, but I suddenly realised they look like beach huts. I could put them across the sand and make the word Hello Summer. My favourite thing about creative planning is when you get ideas like that that work exactly as you imagined. My tip for this one is, as it's summer, go in with all the colours. I think I've got every colour under the sun in this spread, and I also alternated colours of the washi. But summer, I think, is the best season for you to bring out all the colours. Only one more in this planner. And this is actually an example of a currently and task page. For those of you who like making currently pages, I used some stickers from Live Love Posh, and I had a couple of Project Life cards, which, if you're not familiar with Project Life, it's a scrapbooking system where you have little 3x4 cards or 4x6 cards that you put in pockets, and then you can add in your photos. I have tons of them. And that gave me the idea to cut up some scrapbook paper and draw my own little postcards and use these stickers as stamps. So my tip for your currently page would be to think about the boxes you use and whether you can make them into something else like I've done with these postcards. Now on to my final planner for 2023. This is another of my favourite spreads, where once again I used scrapbook paper as a background, but I did something completely different by creating my own layout, by making myself a bottle shaped template, drawing around it and using it for the days of the week. So my tip for you would be, particularly if you have a creative journal or if you're struggling with the planner layout you have, create your own layout and draw your own boxes. They can be anything you want them to be. This was actually washi tape from a whale washi set that I bought that also came with some sheets of tiny stickers too. And once again, I dived into my scrapbook stash for some alphabet letters. Absolutely gorgeous. this one, I got creative with drawing, which if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know is something I lack a lot of confidence with, but I thought I would give this idea a go. I used the word across the page idea again with some circle stickers, but to jazz it up, I turned them all into suns. It's not my favourite because I'm very aware that these drawings aren't as perfect as I would like them to be, but they pair really well with these Live Love Posh stickers, and yellows and oranges are a perfect combination for a summer spread. I even used some Amy Tangerine Days of the Week to coordinate at the top. Next we have some stickers from Caitlin Plans, so more printables. And you probably want to do at least one citrus themed spread over the summer, whether it's lemons or oranges. And pink and orange is a really great colour combo. My tip for this one would be that you can actually use washi to create a background. I alternated pink and orange grid washi from Plannerflip to create this whole area here and here, and then layered Caitlin's stickers over the top. I like using washi tape as a background, and one of the other things I often do with washi is use it to create a little road or path or beach to sit little characters on. Let's look at the next one. These are printables from Let's Plan with Sarah, combined with gorgeous florals from Live Love Posh. I've talked on my channel before in a tip video on floral spreads about one of the prettiest ways to decorate your pages, and that's to take them all the way round the page. You often find corner pieces in sticker books, and you can cut your stickers to create these areas here. This is also another example of how I have drawn my own boxes. All I did was get a rectangle and then kept tilting it and drawing around it for a different look. So get out your tropical florals this summer and spread them all around the edges of your page for a really stunning look. And I think we're on the last one. I could have gone on for longer, but 20 seemed a nice round number. And once again, I have stickers from Let's Plan with Sarah that I showed you earlier. And my tip for this particular spread is that girls and florals are a really lovely combination. And if you look through your floral sticker books to see if you can find colours that match with other sticker sets you've got, then that's when combining stickers from different sellers can really work. I had these florals from Live Love Posh, and as soon as I saw this girl and her dress, I remembered these and the fact that the colours are a really good match. I hope you've enjoyed this flip through of some of my summer spreads and have found my 20 tips useful. I do have videos for a lot of the spreads that you've seen today, so you can always check out my playlist if there was a specific one that you wanted to see in more detail. I'll put links to the sticker shops I've used in these spreads, as well as my discount codes. They are affiliate links and I do get a small commission at no extra cost to you, so I really appreciate you using those if you're shopping to support my channel. If you're looking for another fun summer idea to try, I do have this video where I made a peekaboo window page using Happy Planner filler paper. So you can check that out on screen now. Remember to subscribe for more tips and creative content. And until then, happy planning, take care, and see you soon.